Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I will be doing a first impressions video. So I just recently hauled this foundation here. This is the DiorSkin STAR foundation. It's newer. I'm not too sure if it's brand new, but it's definitely a newer product. So this foundation, it is supposed to be long wearing as well as mattifying. So let's see, it says studio makeup, spectacular brightening, weightless perfection with sunscreen. So it has SPF 30 in it, which is awesome. So I figured I'd do a first impressions video with you and then check in throughout the day to let you know how it's holding up. For first impressions, I've never done one before. This will be my first impressions video. But here's what I decided to do. So I'm going to do everything as I usually would. So on my face right now, all I have is my typical toner and my typical moisturizer, the Philosophy Hope in a Jar moisturizer. So I'm not switching any skincare items up. And then I'm also going to do all of my makeup the same way that I always do. That way I can say, okay, if this was a typical day, a normal day, how would I like this foundation? And I did just put on my primer, so my Benefit Professional Primer. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply this foundation. So just so you have a little backstory on it, this foundation, it is $50. I got it at the Dior counter at Dillard's. And she did test it on me. So when I first put it on, she tested a little bit just on the, kind of right here on my face, so I could make sure the color matched. So I'm hoping that the color matches correctly. This one is in the color 22. So it has a little bit of a cool tone, undertone, a little bit of a pink in it. And she said that you can apply it with either a beauty blender or a facial foundation brush. So I prefer beauty blender, so I will be putting this on with a wet beauty blender. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. I think 2 pumps is probably enough. Haven't used it before, so there we go. Alright, so 2 pumps is what I'm going to put on there, so it looks like this. It's not really watery, you can see, I mean it's kind of watery. It's starting to fall down on my hand, but it's not like super watery. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this all over. I am done putting that on my face. It seems like I needed a lot of product. I needed about 4 to 5 pumps, so I'm not sure about that. I don't know if I put too much on or what, so that's kind of the downside. But immediately, I mean, it looks like the color matches really well. It blends right into my neck very well. I can tell that it's slightly luminizing, so it's supposed to be mattifying according to what the Dior lady told me, but it looks like it's a little bit luminizing. I can see my nose is still kind of shiny. Oh, need to blend in a little bit more right there. You can still see I have a really bad under eye circles, so didn't do much there. Let's see, I didn't put any on my eyelids. Let's put some on there now. But I mean, overall, it has really good coverage. I don't really have a lot of acne. I do have a few like blemishes here and there and a little bit of rosacea, and then my under eye circles. That's really my biggest skin worry. It seems to cover all of that up fairly well. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look splotchy or blotchy or anything like that. It wasn't very thick. It's kind of a light consistency. It's not super watery, but I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty good. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup, and then I'm also going to do my hair because my hair is still wet. I just got out of the shower, so let's see. It is 2:27 right now. So I will check back in with you in a little. It is now 3:38, so it's been about a little over an hour since I put on the foundation. I think it actually has gotten a lot better over the past hour. I know sometimes when you first put on foundations, you're like, oh, this is sticky, this is weird. It actually settles into your skin very, very well. So just so you know, of course I did my hair, I did the rest of my makeup, I had some lunch, I did a little bit of housework, so I was doing slightly rigorous activity. I wasn't working out by any means, but anyways, it's definitely not a totally matte foundation. I think that was a little bit misleading for the Dior lady to tell me that, but I like the way it looks. So it has a very luminous finish to it. Let's see if I can get up a little bit closer for you. So it has a very luminous finish to it. It's shiny but not too shiny, and it isn't like glowy, like oily. It's glowy, like pretty glowy. It hasn't settled into any fine lines. I do sometimes get smile lines from foundations. It hasn't set into any fine lines. It hasn't started to look cakey at all. My nose is a little bit shinier than I typically like, but I think it looks nice. So overall, it's looking really good. My chin line also sometimes gets a lot of foundation in it, but it looks like it's looking really good. So it hasn't oxidized at all. It still is very true to color. It still matches my neck very, very well. So I think I'm gonna step away for a little bit longer, prepare some dinner. We have some family coming over for dinner tonight, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and prepare some dinner, and I'll check back in with you. It's about 3:40 right now, so I'll try to check in right around 5 to see what it looks like after making dinner. Hey guys, so it is a little bit after 6. I don't have my cell phone with me, so I can't show you. But family is starting to arrive, which is why I'm kind of talking a little bit more quiet than I typically do. But I wanted to check in with you before I dive into all the family festivities. So as you can see, the foundation is a little bit on the shiny side. If this was a normal day, I probably would put an oil blotter to it just to get some of the oil off, or maybe put a powder on top of it, but I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna resist and try not to. It still looks very nice though. It isn't pooling up in any areas. I don't have any like cakiness or anything like that. Here's what it looks like up close, if you're curious. And get my camera to focus. So, I mean, it's a little shiny. My chin is a little bit on the shiny side, but I think it looks nice. I think it's a nice kind of healthy glow. So, I'll leave it as it is for now. I'm gonna resist. I'm not going to put any oil blotters or powder on it. And then I will check in with you once family leaves in a couple more hours. So, see you later. It is 9:25 p.m. same day. So I've had the foundation on for about 7 hours now, which of course is not the amount of time I typically would have it on. I usually would have it on for closer to 12 hours. So I think I'm going to wear it again tomorrow. I got a late start today. I didn't put it on until about 2 o'clock. So I'm going to wear it again tomorrow, put it on in the morning, and then wear it all day for work, and then check in again with you guys one more time. But I didn't want to forget today. So I've had the foundation on for about 7 hours. I can definitely tell right away it is not a matte foundation. It is definitely slightly illuminating, but it has like a natural finish. It has like a natural skin finish, similar to the Vita Lumiere Aqua by Chanel or the Urban Decay Naked foundation. It's very similar to those foundations because it does leave behind like a natural glowy finish. My nose and my forehead did get slightly oily, but to be honest, that's very typical for my skin. It didn't settle into my smile lines, or it didn't crease into my under eyes. Let's look at my nose area. Yeah, it didn't settle into there either. My chin, sometimes foundations will settle in there. It doesn't look like it settled into any fine lines. So overall, I mean, I'm really impressed. It doesn't look like it's oxidized either. I do have my lighting on in the background there, in case you're wondering why it's so light when it's like almost 10 o'clock at nighttime. But overall, I think I really like it. Now, is it worth $50? I don't know about that, but I don't know, maybe it'll do something magical in the next 3 hours. So anyways, I will talk to you tomorrow. Hey guys, so it is Monday and it is 1 o'clock. I can't show you the time because I'm using my phone to record this video. Actually, here, I'll show you on my dashboard of my car. It's 12:50, almost 1 o'clock, and I wanted to do an update on the foundation. So I am so glad that I chose to extend this first impressions another day, because today it's an actual real day where I'm like out and about. I went to work, I'm exposed to the environment, it's 110 degrees outside, and this foundation is reacting totally different than it did yesterday. I know this camera isn't the best quality, but my nose is like so stinking shiny. My chin is so shiny, my forehead is so shiny, my cheeks, it's terrible, to be honest. A little bit closer so you can really see. I mean, oh, there you go, you can see the color is staying pretty true to color. It didn't oxidize. You can see down my neck, it didn't oxidize at all, but it does absolutely nothing for the oily parts of my skin. Look at that. I set it this morning. I set it with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, which is essentially what I set everything with, and it's really bad. So I think I've decided that I'm definitely going to exchange this foundation. Maybe after work today, I'll stop by Dillard's and I will exchange it. It is definitely not marketed as a matte foundation, so I'm not too sure what the lady at the Dillard's counter was like. She was smoking something. Or maybe she was just trying to meet her quota. I don't know. She was very nice, but it says that it is a glowy finish. Where is it? It says that it is a weightless perfection spectacular brightening long wear foundation. It is definitely brightening. You can definitely see it is very glowy, evened out my skin tone really well. I mean, my cheeks are rosy because I have blush on, but other than that, it covers very well. But I mean, right here I have a freckle that never is covered, but it covered all my, it's good at the coverage, but it is too shiny. So I think I'm going to exchange it and get this one instead. So this is the Dior Forever. This one says it's long lasting and it's semi-matte, which is typically what I like. I don't like totally matte. So I'll give Dior one more shot. I normally would probably keep this foundation and like test it for a couple more days, but it is so expensive that I'm just gonna go ahead and exchange it. So anyways, I will stop ranting because now this has been recording for 5 minutes, but I just had to show you before I blot. I'm gonna blot right now, to be honest, because I can't take it anymore. But anyways, definitely a thumbs down. Sadly, I really tried to give it a shot, but sorry, Dior. One more thing, I totally forgot to tell you how long it had been since I had put the foundation on. So I just finished blotting. You can see my oil sheet is like disgusting. And I went and got some food for lunch. So it's now 1:10, 20 minutes later. Anyways, I put the foundation on this morning at about 7 a.m. So it's been on for about 7 hours, not even a full day. And it got that oily in those 7 hours, and I still feel kind of yucky. I might get a second oil sheet and blot again, but anyways, I wanted to make sure to tell you how long it had been because I forgot. So all right, bye.